What's up, guys? MLD here, coming at you guys with a deck profile with my good buddy Battlexon, aka Matt, the sexy motherfucker.
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah! Alright. So he's playing a Grixis deck, and he did pretty good with it today. He topped. So we're going to go over the deck. He plays 4 Delver.
So the deck is based off the card Delver of Secrets. Basically trying to flip the card over and make it a bigger creature by getting a bunch of instants and sorceries. So the reason I made it Grixis is because most people are playing blue-red with it, and it's really fast deck, but it doesn't have a late game. So I decided to make it Grixis to add Olivia Voldairan. It's a nasty card. And then some Titans in there. Inferno Titan and Grave Titan. Basically just so that I could have a late game and deal damage at the end of the game. Because if the deck stalls, I just lose. Then I play Snapcaster Mage to bring back the instants and sorceries from the graveyard.
Fix that for you.
Ponder.
Snapcasters.
Ponder is there to set up the draws for Delver of Secrets. It's also a 3-color deck, so being able to fish for lands when you need it is really good. So you see 3 cards deep and get some lands out of it. I play Arc Trail instead of Slagstorm because I'm playing small creatures. If I played Slagstorm, my Snapcasters and my Olivias, if they didn't have any counters on them, and my Delvers would all die. So I play Arc Trail instead to deal with that, deal with token decks, fast decks like that. After that, I got Mana Leaks because it's a blue deck and you have to have Mana Leaks. Can't play blue without Mana Leaks.
That 1/9 edition.
Yeah, 1/9 edition. There's supposed to be 2, but I couldn't find the other one. Then 1 Disperse instead of Vapor Snag because there are certain cards that really just screw my deck over really hard. If I can bounce it back to their hand and then counter it, it makes it a lot easier to deal with. I have more in the sideboard. Forbidden Alchemy is in there to dig for other stuff. Doom Blades instead of go for the throat because nobody's playing black really. Brimestone Volley is another way to deal damage. It's an instant that flips over Delver of Secrets. Combos with Snapcaster Mage really well. Chump block with Snapcaster. Bring this back, deal 5 damage. It's really good. And then 2 Dissipates for hard counters. And then more counter spells out of the sideboard. The mana base is pretty cool though, because since I don't need more than 1 of any other color other than blue in the first 3 turns, unlike the ones that play Slagstorm, I don't need as many duels, which makes it easier for me to get comes into play tap planes usually. So instead of playing full 8s, I just play 7, and then I can play Shimmering Grotto to cover the off balance there.
Do you play 4 Catacombs and 4 Shores, or just 3 Shores?
I'm playing, I believe, 4 Shores and 3 Catacombs.
Oh, okie dokie.
Yeah, same thing for Black-Red. 4 Cliffs, 3 Dragonskull Summits. And then I have Sulfer Falls in the middle, 3 of them. 2 mountains, 3 islands, 4 swamps.
Okie dokie. Do you want to show us the side deck?
Sure. One card that gives the deck a ton of trouble is Thrun. So I have Despise in the sideboard.
Okay.
Because the only way I can really get rid of Thrun with these colors is to get it out of somebody's hand. So Despise grabs it out of their hand.
There you go.
I have another Disperse in the sideboard to deal with anything that I can't just kill. 2 Negates, those are really, really good against the artifact decks. Catches planeswalkers, artifacts, counter spells, everything. 2 Shatters for artifact decks. Psychic Barrier if I'm playing against a creature deck and other cards are dead. There was one matchup earlier where it actually mattered because they're playing all creatures. So it was just essentially counterspell. Dissipate, just in case I'm playing against a matchup that has really expensive cards. Brimestone Volley if I'm playing against creature decks because it can come in and replace one of the Arc Trails and deal lots of damage. Into the core to get lots of artifacts. Dismember, go for the throat, contribute to hunger. I just like having a bunch of different options out of the sideboard with my black kill spells.
So how did you do today?
I went 3-0 and then tied out of the last round.
Okay. If you could change anything about your deck, what would you change?
Nothing. It's fucking perfect.
I would probably... I'd probably change up the counter magic a little bit. I try and work in some of the negates into the main board. Negate was really huge out of the sideboard today.
Okay.
So if I could have had that in the main deck, it would have been really helpful.
And what are your best and worst matchups? Yeah.
Wolf Run's kind of hard because I can't. If they side in Thrun and I don't get it with Despise, I'm kind of boned because I can't kill it. I can just keep regenerating it.
Yeah.
I did pretty well when I played against other Delver decks, and Birthing Pod matchups were pretty easy just because I have something to deal with all the creatures, and I have stuff to deal with the Birthing Pod itself. I also played Shape Anew combo, and I just stole Blightsteel Colossus. So I mean, big creature decks I'm pretty good against, and since I have a decent curve, it seems like it's pretty good against most decks, but I think Wolf Run probably the hardest.
Okay, well, that's the deck. Grixis Control with Battle On. Peace.